Welcome to Tandy Jacob's show. Today I am joined by Simba and Calvin. Hi guys.
Hi.
It's good to have you on today. Today we're going to be talking about diaspora. The one thing that the three of us have today in common is that we're all born and bred from Zimbabwe. Do you know that Zimbabwe is actually the last country, you know, when you put all the maps, the countries, Zimbabwe is the very last one.
Yeah, I know that because when I fill out application forms sometimes, it'll be like current origin.
Yeah.
You have to scroll all the way down. Do you know what? Yeah, it reminds me, like, because now like, when you're getting older as well, like especially when you're like renewing your driving license or whatever, they say, oh, like what year were you born?
Yeah.
And I remember when I first turned 18, it just used to be like the second one and the first one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it's a bit peak. You have to go all the way down.
So you've got as if you're searching your country.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about diaspora. I mean, when we first came to England, the expectation versus the reality. What was it like for you guys when you first came to England? What was it like? When did you come here anyway?
I came here about 17 years ago, and being honest, it's something different from what I was expecting.
Right.
Getting off the, you know, when you watch movies, when you're watching movies and all that stuff, in my mind, to be honest, I thought I was going to be rolling in the streets full of gold,
wow,
silver. And the period that came was December. It was really cold. And one thing that I was expecting at that time was just to see snow all over. This is what is being portrayed on television. It was being portrayed on television. And the time, you know, when the Christmas time came, I just came just before Christmas, and I was expecting to wake up early in the morning, open my door, and oh, everything is white.
Actually, no, interesting question. Like, how long you been in the UK to it snow first?
Well, I think the snow came 2000 was a bit heavy.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah.
The snow was a bit heavy. Something amazing.
But
to see.
What was it like?
time.
I mean, exactly. Just touching the snow for the very first time
amazing,
that everybody has talked about, and touching the snow.
I'm not gonna lie. Like for me, it wasn't amazing. It was cold. So like, she was funny because my sister, like, when she first came, she was the opposite to me. Like, the first season for her when it snowed, she wanted to get outside and play with the snow. With me, like, it was cold, I just wanted to be inside, like, turn on the radiator. So, not that I'm, like, do you know what I mean? It's just, you know.
I think we're all the same, because when I came, it was really freezing.
Yeah.
And then comparing when June and July back home, we're thinking, oh, it's cold. No, but this, you know, I used to go, you know, the puddles, they're all frozen. I used to go and step on it trying to see if it's really, really icy. Right. And I remember myself, that's what I won't say it now. I really slipped.
It's one of those where you touch the snow, but it's only for a very few minutes, and then after that you're like, I just need to kind of go back in the house. It's nice to look at from inside and not be outside.
It was fun though, like, because I was young when I first moved to the UK, so snowball fights were quite fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were young. How young were you?
I was about like 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
There's a very big difference. Very big difference. I remember when I first came to England, and I came with a little suitcase and a backpack. You know, because that's what I was told to bring: a suitcase and a backpack.
I came here expecting to see, as I said, gold, silver in all the streets. I came here thinking that, because I remember when I was coming, I was told, don't carry too much stuff.
Because now things are expensive. I remember chocolate bars like Curly Wurly or Freddos, they were like 10p. I remember I'd go to a shop with like a £1 or £2.
I haven't seen Fredo's here.
And I'll come back home with like loads of 10p sweets. And 5p sweets. I was like, yeah. So for me, that was like,
everything was cheap.
I felt rich, yeah. Double decker for like
Double decker.
25p.
I think we went crazy about double decker.
Yeah.
I remember the quarter
Yes.
pounder. Yeah, is it the quarter pounder? The burgers,
Yes.
the quarter pounder.
They still make quarter pound this time.
Double. I went crazy about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, double quarter pounder. That is just. And I never used to go to McDonald's or Burger King at that time. I used to go. There was this cafe where I used to live. I used to live in an older shop, and there was this cafe, and it used to sell the most beautiful double quarter pounders. So every day I used to go there. You don't want to know how much weight I put on at that time. But anyway. But I mean, from the time that you came here, what is the what do you miss about not being back home? Family, friends? What is it for you? What is it like?
For me, like the thing I missed most, I think, is family, and you know, because I feel like I had most of my childhood in Zimbabwe. You know, although part of my childhood I had it in the UK, but I miss, like, for example, you know, during school holidays, you'd have your cousins come over.
Oh yeah.
And it used to be in the summertime, and you know, your cousins were your friends, and like, actually cousins, you never used to call cousins your cousins, they were like your brother and sister. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So
like Christmas time, everybody
yeah,
just kind of come.
So I used to like playing things like, you know, like in the UK they call it dodgeball, but in Zimbabwe we call it something else.
What do you call it? Sweetie?
No.
Maflau?
Yeah.
Maflau.
So things like dodgeball or football rounders, you know,
Rounders, yeah.
because obviously, like, you know, yards in Zimbabwe or Africa, the you know, the big, so you know, so yeah, that was fun. So that's what I miss, spending time with like family, my cousins, and also like climbing trees, you know. I know it sounds like wrong,
You've got stairs, man.
No, it's different.
You got stairs, eh? You got the stairs. You climb the stairs every day.
Stairs are inside.
Yeah.
Trees outside.
Yeah.
Come on, remember like things like in the season of mango.
Yeah.
You still have them, isn't it? So
I think
that's what I miss.
Here, if you were seen climbing a tree, I think we'll probably call the police. And
There's something wrong with
It's
you.
like they call it a green belt.
Yeah.
It's protected land. You're not allowed to touch that trees.
But I think for me, not only do I miss my family, but as you're saying that.
But you know how you miss your family. Right now, your mom and your dad are here. You got your sisters all here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But cousins, that was
But
your
then
cousins,
the family.
First cousin, second cousin.
First cousin, second cousins. Like,
My uncles.
there's no such thing as second
my
cousins.
uncle-
Right? Like in Zimbabwe, like,
You know,
or Africa.
The difference
Everyone's your
is
cousin.
now, when we're back home, something happens, I'll rush or I'll go to my uncle. I'll hide behind my uncle. I'll talk to my uncle. I'll talk to my aunts. I'll talk to this. Here, the few people that I have, the family that I have, sometimes there are things that happen, the things that take place, that I can't go and tell my dad. You know, I have to tell somebody else. In our culture, don't turn us a good. You see, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't tell my dad if I'm in trouble with, you know.
Like girl problems or whatever.
So I miss
I'm not
that.
being specific. I'm just giving examples.
Yeah.
Just say.
Yeah. And as well, you see the games, playing games. Here, if you have a yard to do a barbecue, you will be 3 of you who can eat in the back garden. But back home, you know, if you want to have a barbecue, you want to do these things, you've got a massive yard.
I think there is, besides the whole massive yard thing, I think it's more of you don't need an invitation.
Yeah, it's another thing.
You don't need an invitation.
There's
People
freedom.
just turn up at your house.
Yeah.
And they just knock on the door, and sometimes they come with a little bag, and they're staying for an hour. They end up staying for 2 days. You know? So,
you can't do that here. It costs money.
I think it's the costing money, and we're so busy. The lifestyle is just so busy. Who are you gonna stay home with? Like you said, the electricity bill. You're staying in my house, and the electricity bill is gonna go up because I've planned it to, you know, to cost me and last me this long.
Yeah. The one most thing that I missed, you know, about coming here is the food. When I came here, the food was so different. At the time we came here, we didn't have any middle meal.
Okay.
Yeah, Iwisa just
in 2000.
Yeah, Iwisa just only came recently. We used to have sada using semolina. Semolina.
Semolina, yeah.
And she just, like, you know, you just do the best. Yeah, it would be the same. You know, drinks, like, I got into a shop, I saw something called Fanta. I went in there and I said, oh, nice.
And you go to the same Fanta.
When I had a sip of it, I was like, what is this? You know, but then, you know, you kind of think,
I think I should have brought some Zimbabwean food for you guys here.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Especially
like things like mazoe.
Look it up, mazoe.
Schweppes.
Sadza.
Yeah.
Sadza.
Vegetables, the
problem. I think I need to rectify that. The next time we're having a show, I want to make sure I bring some food purely from Zimbabwe.
This is very English, by the way, cups of teas and stuff. So
you're not used to this.
We're living in the diaspora, isn't it? So
exactly.
This is some of the
when you go to Rome, you gotta do what the Romans do.
Where are the biscuits? The digestive. Tea biscuits. You know.
You need something on your left hand.
Yes,
yes, indeed.
Do you remember? What?
No, I don't actually.
Those are you taste them, you eat them, you just want to, they were called a name because you want to keep on eating them.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a loose biscuits.
Okay, oh yeah.
You know, you don't just loose biscuits, but we used to call it lambrada. You eat them, you want to keep on having a taste of them, you want to.
Yeah.
So, you know, those things, these things that we miss from home.
But what about the situations where something happens when you hear a death or a funeral? What is it like when you're here? How many times have you had to travel back home for an event or a function that has happened? How do you do that?
This is where I was saying to you, I miss the family more because something happened during the time we came here. It was just a few of us, probably myself, my dad, my mom, my sisters, and you sit there, and I recall the passing away of my grandfather. We just went there as a family, but you know that you miss, that's why you miss home so much. And they say there's no place like home because we all know that if you're back home, friends, relatives, people that don't even know you, but because they've had this funeral, they'll comfort you and they'll do all these things. But here it was just us, and we'd miss, and I think constantly at one point we all couldn't go back home. You see, because of the status, but we're constantly on the phones, bringing back home. It's nowadays now, financial situation didn't allow us to go back home, and it's one of the biggest things that you miss home, to be honest with you, because it's that comfort that you have within the family.
Someone once said that a Zimbabwean funeral, I think as well as other African countries, it's like a party because there is loads of people, loads of food, and back home in Zimbabwe they have fire outside, you know, and you have people, the women are cooking there, and there's a lot that will be happening.
I think the grieving, you know,
it's
much better
because you're all like sort of
all kind of at the same place.
Yes,
and it's obviously like when you're grieving, you know, you have your family around you. You're all, you know, like even if it's little things like let's say fetching firewood, or you know, the guys go pick up like meat, the drinks, and ladies are cooking. You know, you're all there having conversations. You don't feel alone. I think that's the most important thing. You're not alone. You know. So.
Do you feel being alone when you're here when something happens?
Yeah, certain times. But for me, you know, obviously, like you said, things like funerals, like, you know, you feel like you're missing out. But recently, like, you know, during Christmas, you know, you miss family. Like you said earlier, like Christmas, you have people come visit you, no invitation. At the moment, you know, we all have our close families, like, you know, brothers, sisters, mum and dad around, maybe a few cousins and nephews. But, you know, you can all sit on one table. But before, it used to just be like, you know, a whole gang of you, like a whole squad of you, like, you know, it was nice.
I remember, you know, you talk about Christmas. Christmas was special because you had a new outfit.
Yeah.
Of course.
You had a new outfit, you had a new dress, and you used to go to, people used to come, but I remember with our family, you used to go to the rural areas, to the village.
Yeah.
You go to the village.
What do they call it?
Huh?
What do they call the village in Zimbabwe?
Kumusha. Yeah.
I'm just checking, you know.
Oh, I still know. And we used to go Kumusha, and we used to go to the village, to the rural areas, and you'd have, like you said, all your family, your aunties, your uncles, everybody's there. And in the morning, you'd wake up, bath, and you all wear your new clothes.
Yeah.
You know, and it was about showing off to everybody that look at my outfit, look at my dress. It's nicer than yours. It's this, and then you would have the rice, the chicken, the coleslaw, the salad that the mothers used to make fresh.
Oh, it never used to be called coleslaw. It was salad.
Salad.
This coleslaw is there. And I mean, things like, you know, every day we used to eat bread. Like us, when we were growing up, we used to have bread, tea. But when bread would come special, everybody's
sliced bread
just left there for everybody, having a cup of tea.
And the funny thing was, the bread, we always wanted the crust.
Yeah, but
and you don't want
the crust.
Oh yeah.
We threw away the crust. It was actually a fight, as in who gets to eat the crust. You would see whoever takes the crust first, and then people would move the bread out, take the other crust, and then push the bread back into the plastic.
Yeah.
What a difference.
Actually, talking about food, you know, one drink I miss here is the chocolate milk. The chocolate milk.
Which one was that one?
Chocolate milk's like by...
the one by Dairy Boy?
Yeah, Dairy Boy, yeah.
Oh, the little packet!
Yes.
I used to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. That was nice. Yeah.
Look, I was thinking about food. Like, yeah.
The moment I started celebrating and thinking, yeah.
It is the little things, you know.
Little things,
it is the little things that we miss on. Yeah.